I'm about to say something that most of you might not agree with me, but your 9 to 5 is not the enemy. In fact, I can show you a way that your 9 to 5 can actually help buy back your time freedom. So let's get into it. First, I'm sorry, my name is Sandra, and I want to thank you for stopping by the channel. But let's get into how your 9 to 5, how you can use your 9 to 5 to fund your freedom. Yeah, so think about this. Your 9 to 5 is already taking care of your livelihood. Your 9 to 5 is what's paying your bills, is what's keeping the roof over your head, the food on your table for you and your family. That's covered under your 9 to 5. But let's talk about the two biggest issues that I think that's stopping you from starting your business that your 9 to 5 can help you with. One of the first biggest issues that we all face is lack of time. Now, I know 9 to 5 take up a great deal of your day, but it don't take up all of your day. So I got a question. What are you doing with your 5 to 9, that time either before work or after work? What are you doing with that time? And I got some suggestions for you. So the first one, I want you to think about, most of us work 5 days a week. I want you to use those same 5 days a week to work your 5 to 9. And here's how you're going to do it. You're going to start by trading 2 of your TV watching hours or your leisure time and invest those 2 hours into building your business. Now think about this, and we're still talking about the same 5-day work week. We're going to take 2 hours out of that day and invest it into starting your business. That 2 hours is going to equal up to 10 hours per week. Those 10 hours per week in 6 months, and I'm sorry, not less, but in 6 months, that's 260 hours that you have invested into yourself, into your business. Can you imagine where you can be in your business if you took the time to invest those 260 hours into it? Just think about that. Now, let me give you some suggestions on how to get some of that time back. You can actually use some of your commute time, like during your commute time, maybe you can listen to a podcast, or maybe you can listen because you're driving. Listen to some YouTube, something that'll help you move the needle forward in your business. Or if you're not driving, how about maybe reading a book or doing some work on your device? Do you all remember, I believe her name was E.L. James. That's her name, E.L. James. She's the author of 50 Shades of Grey. Do you know she wrote that 3-series book on her BlackBerry, her phone, on her commute back and forth to work? When I tell you she got rid of any excuse that we can have of not starting a business, she wrote 3-series book on her phone doing her commute back and forth to work. We have no excuse of why we're not moving the needle and moving forward with our business. So let's talk about the second issue. The second biggest issue is, for most of us, is we feel like we don't have enough knowledge, lack of knowledge. And I came up, and it's not my original idea, but I came up with one surefire way to help us with our lack of knowledge, and that's learn it. Simple. Take the time, that time that we redeem back over here, we're going to take some of that time and invest in learning what we need to learn to start our business. Now, your job is going to be, it's like your first seed. I want you to look at it as like your first seed. Your job is going to give you time to grow. And the way that it's going to do that is because your livelihood is already taken care of with your 9 to 5. So that means that you don't have to rush to learn what you need to learn, to improve what you may already know. You can actually take the time to build at a healthy, confident pace, all because you got a 9 to 5 to take care of your livelihood. The second thing I want you to think about your job is your job can be your first investment. And what I mean by that, so you can take some of your paycheck and invest it in things like books, courses, or some AI tools, some coaching, or even join a community that can help your business grow. That's actually what I did. I took some of my paycheck and I started a community. My community is geared toward Gen X women. The reason why I chose Gen X women is because I am she is me. I see other Gen X women wanting to start a business, but don't need some direction, need some maybe some somebody to hold a hand, somebody to bounce some ideas off of, and that's what my community does. You can actually take a look at it. I think the link is down. I'm sure that I put the link down below for you guys. You can actually take a look at it. It's a 7-day free look into the community. It allow in my community. I actually included what is a 3-day challenge. And that 3-day challenge is going to help you find your God-given gift or talent. And then it's going to actually help you develop your first offer. And that's all within the community. If you decide to stick around after the 7 days, it's only $7 a month to join and have access to everything in the community. So that's down the link. Again, the link is down below for you. Moving on, your paycheck is actually going to allow you the time to make the mistakes, because when you start a business, those ideas don't necessarily work out the way we intended it to work out. Some things we got to kind of like tweak and learn and do better, upgrade, downgrade, whatever the case may be. But because of our 9 to 5 is taking care of our daily living, we have to actually have the time and freedom to do that, to time to learn and take some risks without risking our family security. The last point I want to make is that your 9 to 5 is actually giving you some experience in running a business. Because we are currently selling our time for money, we actually gaining some experience in maybe problem solving, some things that can help you in your business. When you start your business, you'll learn how to solve those problems in your own business. So to sum all this up, how do we use our 9 to 5 to gain back our time? So the goal is not to work 2 jobs forever. The goal is to take some of today's paycheck and some of our evening hours and build a business that gives us back our freedom, flexibility, and choices. So how do our 9 to 5 switch to 5 to 9? We're going to take our 9 to 5 and start working some 5 to 9. And eventually our 5 to 9 is going to turn into 2 to 3. And our 2 to 3 will cancel out our 9 to 5. So I hope you found some value in something I said. I want to thank you again for stopping by the channel. And if you have any comments, please leave them down below. I would love to hear from you guys. If not, I'll see you on the other side of greatness. Peace.